Yes.
You check your oil before you came?
Yeah, I just had to change yesterday and brand new diff fluid as well.
LS1 RS8 with a dog box.
Silky beef.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, day 2 right now from our track day at Cayuga with the Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy. Today I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts from the day. I didn't really record too much of a vlog style that day, mainly because I just wanted to be there. I wanted to take in the experience and just kind of be in the moment in that sense. And I had an absolute blast. I want to give a big thank you to the Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy for having me out there. I had a great instructor all day, Val. He had over 10 years of driving experience, and he was originally the reason why I was there. And kind of rewinding way back about maybe a year ago, he sent me an email and just said, hey, what's up? I live in the area, I go to all these autocross events, do you want to come? I didn't have a car that was really built for going to the track, and obviously, you don't need anything crazy to go to autocross, anything like that. I do get that, but at the time though, it just wasn't something that I had time for myself. A year later, fast forward, he sends me another email and just saying, hey, I'm now an instructor over at Pinnacle, and if you'd like some lessons, come on out for the day and have a good time. And I actually took him up on his offer, and we were there. And if you guys are interested about learning more about Pinnacle and what they can offer for you as a driver, I will leave their information down below, their social medias, their website, anything that you guys are going to need to contact them and sign up for their next course that is coming up. And the staff over at Pinnacle, really made the experience so much smoother for me, considering I was a little bit nervous coming into the day. I really didn't know what to expect. I've never actually driven at Cayuga before. I've been there, for CSCS and everything, but I've never actually been on the track before, so I had no idea what to expect. My only other experience was out in Palm Springs, where I was driving the M4 around the thermal track, and we didn't really have any kind of introduction to track racing. It was just really get in, have fun, and trust the tires that you're on. But this was a totally different experience. I'm bringing my own vehicle to this, and there's a lot on the line for a day like that. So there was a lot of prep work that was involved. I had to make sure the car was safe in general as well. And obviously, if you guys have been following my Instagram and such, I just had rear subframe bushings redone on the car. I just ordered a new set from Siki, fully aluminum subframe bushings, and I feel it made 100% difference from when I was out there, prior. And I've yet to really spin tires to see if I still have a lot of wheel hop, but I can guarantee you the chassis is a lot more stiff from what it was before. And that was my biggest problem, is that it was so sloppy, either going around the corners or also trying to generate just instant power. I would feel it kind of squat down and then it would go, or it would squat and then kind of sway a little bit. So it wasn't the safest thing to have at a track, doing say 130, 140 down the backstretch and then having to apply 100% brake pressure, right? So it was just a lot of things that needed to be done to the car to make it safe and reliable at the track. We did our short shifter install, we did our Mishimoto rad install, all of that just went smooth, and thankfully so far so good, right? The car's been holding up, she's still here, obviously we didn't get towed back, and I just kind of wanted to run you through my day's experience and just kind of give a recap feedback, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to explain it. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys while everything was still fresh in my head from yesterday, and now I kind of wanted to run you guys through my day as it went down. as best as I can remember for that sense. You know, as I said, I didn't record too much of, you know, the actual in-class stuff because obviously it was just PowerPoints and stuff like that, but it was a really great learning experience to just kind of solidify the basics of motorsports and, you know, what to do, what not to do, and just a nice refresh recap of, you know, what could happen out there. And obviously you need to be wary of that. You need to be understanding that it's a very dangerous situation, you know, being at a track. And thankfully, you know, they made every precaution to make sure it was as safe as possible. And what I really liked about the course was that they had pylons set up throughout the entire day until the end of the day when we decided if we wanted them on or off. But it was gates, essentially. You know, it was a gate, and you'd have to make sure you would follow the gate lines. And I felt it was a really great learning experience to really understand the racing line that you needed to take throughout the entire track. You guys know, I'm no circuit racer, man. I'm not a big circuit racer, even in Ford. You know, I love to drive, but I'm not a good consistent circuit racer in that sense. So, you know, the gates were a really good opportunity for me to just dial in technique and just try to push it as hard as I possibly could. Now, the biggest concern for me going into the day was heel toe. And I have never heel toed in the G35 prior to yesterday. I can officially say I was successful with heel towing. Not 100% of the time, obviously, but for my first day out there at the track, I was very, very happy with what I took away from the event. And, you know, being able to heel toe in a situation like I was, it made all the difference. I was really happy about it. I would say it was a lot easier heel towing from 4th to 3rd than 3rd to 2nd. And the first time that I went out, you know, it was a very kind of nervous experience, I guess you could say. I was very timid on the track. I didn't really know how much I could push the car. I really didn't know a lot of things, right? So I kind of went out there the first time and just kind of, you know, cruised a little bit. I thought I was pushing it hard. I thought I was going fast, and thankfully I have 275s on the rear and 245s on the front. And the Falcons all day, man, the FK 453s that I have on here all day held up phenomenal. I had no brakes and traction whatsoever. It didn't matter how hard I pushed it, you know, underneath hard braking, I was sturdy. I didn't feel any kind of slippage whatsoever. So it was a great tire for the day. It really was. I don't know how much life I'm going to get out of them, but they got work though. They got work for the first time, which I was happy for, right? I mean, I was happy that I was actually able to drive the car the way that it was meant to be driven. And that's where, you know, the key of, you know, racing comes from, is being able to experience your car the way that it's meant to be. And, you know, the first time out there, like I said, I was just kind of babying it. I didn't want to screw up in that sense, right? I just wanted to make sure that I had enough grip going through and then gradually give it more throttle, give it more input, and, you know, just try to become a little bit faster on that. And a few things that was said throughout the day that really kind of clicked and unlocked for me. One of the ones was, I had Val in the passenger, and, you know, he was doing his thing, you know, just trying to see what he could do to help me. And he noticed that when I was steering, my inputs were always moving. So when I was going through the corner, I was always slowly turning the wheel to get into the corner and then to get out of the corner. But he said to me, he goes, you know, instead of trying to do all these inputs, just do one input and hold it throughout the entire corner. So I would go in, hold it, make the corner, and then come back out. And, you know, I instantly noticed a quicker line. I really did. And it just kind of, you know, it just kind of unlocked, you know, that key that I needed for the rest of the day. And huge thank you to Val, because of the fact that I didn't want to heel toe throughout the day. I didn't. And I was content with just, you know, braking and then doing a rev match downshift to get to where I needed to be. And, you know, he said to me, he goes, if you're comfortable, give it a shot. And, you know, I said, all right, I'll try it a few times. And the first time, shit, obviously. I mean, the first time trying to heel toe, it's never a good thing. And, you know, the way that my pedals were set up, it was very hard to get my foot over to the gas. And I was finding myself kind of stepping on the brake a little bit too hard than what I wanted to be. So, you know, what I ended up doing was just trying to lightly, gradually get on the brake, downshift. I mean, it was a very intimidating experience being able to try to downshift a car, you know, underneath aggressive driving. But I can honestly say it helped. And, you know, thanks to Val for, you know, trying to push me to do better throughout the day, I did do better. And I was actually really happy with my second time out. So the first time out, we came back, you know, I was slow. I already know this, but I had fun, right? I had a lot of fun, and came back in, we went back to the track a little bit, and at this point, I'm like, you know what, I'm ready to go fast, man. I'm ready, man. So I went out with Val. He ended up taking me out for a run in his car that he had. He had a really nice BMW. And
If I drag the brakes just enough, it starts to rotate mid-corner. Temperature seems to be hovering at about 90. about live with.
So, you know, after seeing him go around the track, it really kind of made me want to push my car even harder for that day. So the second trip out, after we went back in, we had class, we had some more theory, you know, oversteer, understeer and all that, what can cause it, the danger, you know, all of those things that you would need to know on the track, which, you know, thankfully, from my years of being on a sim rig, I understand all that. Obviously, you can't translate all of those experiences on a sim rig to real world aspects because it's just not possible. There's no G-forces, there's no speed, you know, you can't restart your game, right? There's a lot of shit that you just cannot do, and you have to understand that. And that's one of the biggest things that I didn't want people kind of, you know, saying, how does it feel compared to a simulator? Because obviously, you know, it's all different. There's different mechanics at play on the wheel at home that I'm using. You know, the force feedbacks can be different. I'm drifting on there, you know, I got a bigger wheel. There's just this, you just can't compare sim racing to the actual thing. And obviously you can for a few things, you know, steering inputs and all that, but you know, you don't know until you actually get out there. So, you know, once we were out there, I was really just trying to find my groove. And on the second time out, we ran it for about probably a good, I actually lost count of laps, I really did. I would have to say my GoPros ended around 35 minutes or so, 33 minutes. So we were out there probably doing at least, man, like maybe 12 to 15 laps. And I gotta say, you know, I'm really happy to say I pushed the living shit out of the G35 for every single lap that I did, and I was really thankful that she held up through, you know, hard acceleration, hard braking. But the last corner that I had, I did notice that my brakes were getting very, very hot, to the point where I would put my foot down and it would go right almost to the floor, almost, and it was really close. It got really soggy, and you know, I thought to myself, okay, maybe we'll let them cool down a little bit. And unfortunately, I tried to let them cool down for about an hour and a half or so. We went back into class for some more theory, and I went back out to get in the car, turned it on, to find that the brakes were still really soggy, and I didn't really feel safe with them at the moment. I asked Val to hop in the car and check them himself just to see, you know, how they were and, you know, what he thinks. And he said, you know, it's probably best if you don't put them underneath any other stress for the day. I just started the car again, and they're still a little bit soggy, so I definitely got to take them in. I definitely need a brake flush for sure. I'm going to put some higher temp brake fluid in the car, just so that way the boiling point's a little bit higher up, and I'm going to be inquiring about new pads and rotors for sure for the G, just for heavy braking and such for track days. Because obviously the brakes cut short on me, and unfortunately it cost me about a good hour and a half of track time out there, because I could have been out there. I had about an hour left. I left at around 4 o'clock that day, and unfortunately, like I said, I couldn't go on. And you know, unfortunately, that's the way that it goes on track days, right? I mean, I was thankful that I was able to drive the car home, and I was really thankful that I had the experience that I did throughout the day to get to where I was. But it was really kind of, it sucked not being able to finish the day out the way that I wanted. So I wanted to go out for one more time. I wanted to change up some GoPro angles, because unfortunately throughout the day, the idiot that I am, I had my 3+ facing forward in the car, and I had my Hero 5, my big boy GoPro, facing the back of the car. No idea why. No idea. Don't even ask, why would you do that? I don't know. I really don't know. It's something, like I said, it was just in the moment. I set the GoPros up quick, and I didn't even realize that I had my big boy at the back facing the rear end for no reason. I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't even really looked at the footage yet to see. You guys are gonna see it all, but I'm gonna show you guys, you know, the best laps and such.
Lift, you're good. Keep the speed, Brake nice and straight. Nice and straight. Yeah, be nice and smooth on this cone and this cone, and give the wall the respect it deserves. And now we roll on for lap. Turn in. Yeah, roll on the gas. Look at that exit. Look at all the way out there. There you go.
We got some room.
Yes. Now we're cooking. You got it. Brake. Nice and hard. Nice and hard. Yay. Ah, ha, ha. Much better. Ooh, I smell brakes.
Heel toe.
Beauty. We're in the right gear now.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Keep staring at those exit gates. Yeah, nice. Exit gate. Better laps,
my
yeah?
personal favorite laps.
Yes. All right, take your point by. You earned it. Woo! It's a bit early, but how's the brakes feeling?
They feel good.
Great.
I'm not feeling any softness at all in the pedal.
Perfect. And we can keep the abuse going.
Kind of worked.
Yep. But it was worth it because we got third now. Third's more
Yeah.
fun through here.
We need it.
Yes. Ah, good. Very good. Yeah.
I gotta
Oh.
take these coins out of my ashtray.
Yep. Slightly distracting, but all right. Good. Oh.
I missed the goddamn gas.
Oh, now look what's happening. It's all falling apart.
One, yeah, one. Screws it.
Oh, nice and close to the cone.
Thank you.
Yes. Nice and late.
Like
Almost.
I feel like it's later. Like
Later, it is later. You're right. Good eye. Good. Brake straight. Brake straight. Find that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's it. Roll on again. Roll on again. Go for the ass. All of it. There you go. Yes. Woo. Yes.
Take it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you could have.
Need to be third.
Yeah.
Well, second, but
Starting to feel like a video game yet?
feels good. Yeah. I know it's stupid to say, but
Remember, no rewinds.
yeah, right. Come on.
Yeah, look out, look for that gate. That exit gate all the way up there. There you go. Later, remember, later. Almost like into the grass later. Woo-hoo. Ah, see, it's kind of all.
There, yeah. It's one of my corner I'm not like.
It's alright. Having one corner to fix is not bad.
No, exactly.
Go easy. That's good, that's good. That's good speed, that's good speed. Work with that speed. Yes. Be smooth. Yes. Not bad. Go for it.
A little rough.
Ah, it's not too bad. Nice. Heel toe, good. Nice. Oh, I'm digging this. Nice and late.
Oh, you said late. I went early.
It would have been a little bit early, but like now, see, we gotta come back for this. But I saw it.
Pendulum.
Yeah, see, we're doing finer adjustments now.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
More confident in my braking, I
Yes.
think, is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Like in the morning, we figure out what you're not good at, and we work on it, and it works.
Not bad.
Yes, it's good.
Happy.
You can almost go straight through here now. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Now brake hard. Now brake hard. Brake. There you go. Nice and late. Later. little bit more speed. That's good. That's good. Keep it nice and smooth here. And this is nice.
Because I wanted to get some more footage when I was out there, right? I mean, that was the plan for the last few laps, was to get some different angles for you guys, maybe throw a GoPro on the side window, and get some exterior shots as well. But unfortunately, just you know, they got cut short, and you know, it's no fault of my own for just, you know, not being prepped enough, or maybe just pushing the car too hard. But you know, in that time that I was doing it, I was loving every second of it, and it's addicting. It really is. So I definitely got to say just a huge thank you once again to Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy for having me out there. But I will leave their website down below for you guys to check out. They do update when they are doing their next courses and stuff if you guys are interested in perfecting your driving skills and such. I think the few things that I do need to do to get it ready for the next track day, one of which will be a new differential bushing, because mine is completely ripped, it's shot. 2 will be new brakes, pads, and rotors, obviously. 3 is new lower control arms on the rear, which I have ordered and should be picking up maybe tomorrow or today. And then I also need new rear tow arms on the rear end. So after all that's done, I'm going to be getting new tires and rims on here, something a little bit smaller. 275s on the rear for what I'm wanting to do is just way too much. I mean, obviously it's a great track day tire, as I found out yesterday, but obviously the car is meant to drift, and that's my end goal for this entire build. So you know, I really enjoyed the track day, and a lot of people will be saying, you know, Slav, why aren't you drifting and why are you at a track day? You need to learn the basics. You know, you need to know what you're doing out on the track. I just can't go out to a skid pad, throw it around, and think that I'm actually going to learn a lot in that time. You know, I really wanted to get out there to be able to learn, you know, what I need to do from ground up, and that's where you need to start. And you know, sometimes people get ahead of themselves and they think, oh no, it's fine, we don't need that experience. But you know, I really feel that it does help, you know, build a great foundation for, you know, years to come. And you know, I was really happy and fortunate enough that I was able to take that course and, you know, be able to be a part of that experience. So it's a huge thank you once again to Val, to Jay, to Pinnacle, the entire team down there. I mean, it was a great group of guys. Now, there was another channel that I wanted to show you guys, actually, that there was an instructor that was there, really great guy. We ended up talking for a while. He has a channel with over 10,000 subscribers right now. It's called E46 Reviews with TH. And he's a really great guy. He's really, really knowledgeable in what he's doing. And I want you guys to go over to his channel, check it out, show him some love, subscribe. Val, thank you once again for great instruction throughout the day. Jay, thank you for having me down there. And I'm excited to see what's to come. I really am. Thank you guys once again for watching. And you guys are still here right now. We got a special giveaway going down right now. It's a Wheel Stand Pro giveaway. I know a lot of you guys have wheels out there that don't really have a proper setup. And you know, I've been there, I've done that. I want to give you guys the opportunity to win a brand new Wheel Stand Pro for your setup of your choosing. And it's very simple. I will leave a Gleam link down below for you guys to check out. It's going to send you to their website. You guys have to follow a few things to get your entries in for the giveaway. I'm going to be giving it away probably a week from today. I'm going to do the giveaway for the Wheel Stand Pro. I'm going to be promoting it throughout the week as well. And if you guys don't know Wheel Stand Pro, well, I use them for every rig that I own in the house. It's the metal stand that I have that fits the wheel on top, the shifter plates on the side, all of that. That's Wheel Stand Pro, and you know, they've made my life so much easier for my setup and my rig. So make sure you guys go and check them out if you do not have one already, or we're giving you the opportunity to win one and you know, hopefully upgrade your setup. So there's gonna be a few stipulations. I'm gonna probably put it in there. We're gonna have to make a Twitter post, you know, just explaining why you think you deserve a Wheel Stand Pro for your setup. But I think that is it for today. The G, she's home safe. I'm really happy for that. You know, that was just one of the biggest things. I pushed the car as hard as I could every single lap, and she held in there. And you know, I was really happy for that. I was happy that, you know, there was no issues with the radiator. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. There was no engine lights. Temps were fine, and I don't think it could have went any better. Well, I mean, obviously it could have. I could have had an extra hour on the track, but that's not. Well, I mean, it probably is my fault for riding those brakes too hard. But I mean, it's having fun, man. It happens so easy, and I can see why now people at the track go through so many damn parts, man. I see that now, man. I'm gonna go heat this coffee up because it is getting cold. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Until the next track day video, my leg's asleep, son of a bitch. I can't even move it, goddamn. I'll see you guys later, man.